No more illegals. The country is sinking. Stop the boats. Stop their boats and send them back. Stop their boats and send them back. Our country is sinking. We want it to float. Stop the boats. No more illegals.
Send them back.
Stop the boats.
Send them back.
Send them back. Send them back. Stop their boats.
Send them back.
Send them back.
Send them back.
We don't want them. We don't want them. We don't want them anymore. We don't want them anymore. We don't want them anymore.
We don't want them anymore.
Stop their boats and send them back. This is our country.
We're taking it back. We're taking it back.
We're
Taking it back.
This is our country.
We're taking it back.
Stop their boats and
Send them back.
Stop their boats and
Send them back. Stop the boat. Send them back.
We saw you run away. We
Saw you run away.
We saw you run away. We saw you run away.
Stop the boat. Stop the boat. We'll support you everywhere. We'll support you. Let's have that Royal Standard unflared and show
Yeah.
them. Let's show them, untie it and show them the Royal Standard.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, yes.
Dog's pissed on it.
You okay? The dog's pissed on it, they'll wipe around.
Their boats and
Get it right way up, is it? Do you have to? Right way up. That's it.
Get the lads here.
We'll fucking hold it.
Someone hold it. Steve.
Hold it high as well. Yeah, it's alright.
The Royal Standard.
Get him fucking, get him
Half
some
off Queen and Country for.
free up that fucking tax.
Where are you?
Spending all of it.
Come on, Al.
We're here. You fuck your
Wankers over there.
You fuck your plans up, lads. Come on. Well, people, we're just waiting for the lads from Tigers to get here. They'll be here in a minute. They don't fucking take instructions. They had a fucking perfect plan. They was meant to be here before us. But they can't hold their own fucking piss.
Fuck off! You fucking gobby! Fuck off! Who are you?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. Yeah, you can do whatever you want. Where's security? Join us, come and join us, come and join us over here, come and join us over here. We just got a little delay, lads, because the others ain't here yet. Too interested in drinking. Here they are.
Hey!
Is that all we got, lads? Knobheads. Right, lads, ladies. First of all, I want to thank all of you lot for coming. Okay? I've always said, as long as I've only got one man, one loyal patriot that wants to stand with me, I will stand with them. And that's all it takes. Me and one other. Don't matter about anyone else. I sent out 200 messages today, this week. I had 120 people reply to me to say they'll be there 100%. Yesterday, I was getting messages from people saying they got sore throats, saying they forgot their daughter was getting married. All the usual shit. But don't worry about it, you lot are here, and you're real. I've got lads here, came down from Manchester, travelled down from Leeds. Dave came here to support us. Some of you Patriots that are going to see this on YouTube, you know, some of you lads, you need to look at this and look at the people that are here. And then you need to think to yourselves, you need to give your heads a wobble. There's no point agreeing with us silently in the background. Nobody can hear you. I get hundreds and hundreds of people sending me messages and saying, John, I agree with everything you do. John, we need to do this. John, we need to do that. None of them organise nothing, and half of them can't make it. So, but we're forgiven. We're forgiven. If they come next time, we're forgiven. Because that's what we do. Okay? But you lot are here. And you're the people that matter. You matter to me. Yesterday, I've done a lot of work getting things ready, and I was getting all these messages on my phone, and I thought to myself, what's the point? I do all this work. What's the point? I get messages with people letting me down at the last minute. And then I got a message from one of our lads, Les Salter. Where are you, Les? He's over there. Got a message from one of our lads, Les Salter, saying no surrender, never ever. I'll be there with any loyal patriot. And when I read that, I got the answer to my question. That's why I do it. And that's why I'll never stop. That's why I will never stop. As long as I've got one man with me, I'll never stop. Anyway, I've got a few speakers coming today. One of our young lads, young Danny, he was in Birmingham on Wednesday night, and he got taxed by a load of foreign individuals. He's got a broken ankle. He's at A&E this morning getting blood thinners. On Tuesday, an operation, he's having bolts put into his ankles. This moment in time, he's in A&E getting blood thinners, but he's told me he's going to try and get here. He's going to do his best to come. Everyone had that kid's attitude. He sent me a blinding speech, and when I read it, it made my hairs on the back of my neck stand up. For a 20-year-old kid, to be able to put together what he's put together today, with the knowledge that he's got, it is the best speech I have heard or read in the last 20 years. 20 years. He's just messaged me. He's still at hospital, but he's trying to make it. If you don't get here, I'm going to read it for him. Okay? Anyway, I've got a good friend of mine here. A lot of people tell me that they get fed up of my voice. I get fed up of my voice as well. And you know what? My missus gets fed up of me banging on about it. but I can't stop. I'm a marked man now. The police are on me. I'm marked, they know me. I'm always in the police station. They know my name. They keep trying to come around my house. I won't let them in. They can fuck off. But what I'm going to do today is, I've got a good friend, Scott Pittsy, who's come down, well, he lives in Lincolnshire now, but he's from Leeds. He was in Leeds this morning and he's managed to drive down here today to come with us and give us a little chat. Scott is the name that orchestrated the camp at Scampton. And I've asked him to come along and give us a talk. So here he is.
Right, people, you notice we haven't got no police liaisons today for a simple reason. Why should we be asking police for permission to roam freely in our own country and speak the truth? The only people that seem to have freedom in this country are the vermin that are coming over in these boats. They fucking run wild doing what they want. They're raping us women, they're killing us kids. It's a fucking disgrace. Just Tuesday alone, 882 of these came across that channel. That'd fill this hotel in one day. Where they're putting them all now, they just integrating them in every town, every city, all over England, and we have had enough.
Send them back!
Our government now know the dangers of these people. These aren't Christian men coming into this country. This is an Islamic invasion. I don't care what anybody says. None of these men don't hold a Bible in their rooms. They'll all be holding that nonsense Quran book. And that is exactly what it is. It's a paedophile book in my eyes. Every single one of these politicians that are allowing this to happen are committing treason because they're failing to protect their own people. They should be hung. So what you'll see, it's a two-tier police system without a doubt. We speak up and do all, we're persecuted for it. I've had it, John's had it, this lefty tosser Carl's had it as well. So yeah, we're just going to keep coming out, we're going to keep fighting against it. We're uniting groups, Yorkshire Patriots, all Patriots. We're getting everybody together now, we're going to start working together properly, and we're just going to keep hitting every town, every city. Hopefully John's going to manage to get his crippled ass and come with us like, but he struggles, he gets a nosebleed if he leads up. So yeah, we're going to keep fighting on, and we just let them know we have had enough and we're not going to fucking give in. These politicians, they're pushing all kind of agendas on us kids now. Not just these fucking vermin that are coming over. This alphabet mob, fucking gay pride and all that. How can you justify sticking your willy in a man's ass and celebrating for a month? It's just not. How can you celebrate that? It's a disgrace. We should be celebrating straight pride. Because without straight pride, none of them would be in the first place. So yeah, I'm just going to thank everyone, and yeah, let's battle on and show them we have had enough. Enough is enough. Stop the boats, send them back.
Send them back!
Great speech.
Thank you, Scott. Man speaks from the heart, and you can't disagree with a word that he says, can you? I've got another. I don't know if he's here yet. Roger, are you here? Roger? No? No worries, I'll change the agenda. I'll come next. Last month, Robertson, he held a demonstration in London about two-tier policing. And it's easy for Tommy Robinson to talk about two-tier policing in this country. But what people need to remember, it's not only happening to Tommy Robinson. It's happening to all of us. It's the length and breadth of this country. And it's happening in your own city. It's happening in Hull. I've got personal experience of it, and I'm going to tell you a little story now. So's my good friend here. No, you're not going to talk, I'll tell her. Last October, myself and Cole were driving through town. It was 3 weeks after the Hamas terrorists broke into a young community in Israel and killed and slaughtered and raped and burned innocent children and women and took hostages. And what happened? This isn't about this. What I'm going to say isn't about what's going on now, because I agree they need a ceasefire. But these people were walking through the street with Hamas flags, which is a proscribed terrorist organisation. They was also singing a song, a chant, that has been banned by the British government as hate speech. In my car there was me, Carl, and one other person, a friend of mine. When I looked out the window, there was about 800 of them marching through town. So I lost my rag. I lost my rag a bit. So I shouted at them. I undone my car window and I shouted at 800 people. And I said words to the effect of, what's it got to do with us? And if you don't like, if you want to fight, go over there and fight. What's it got to do with us? Who? Yeah. What I said then was, what happened then was, some fella, he looked like an Afghan farmer, picked a bottle up, threw it at me. It came right through my car window and it hit me in the side of the head. So immediately my friend got out of the car because the police was letting this man run away. My friend got out of the car to apprehend this man that had just thrown a bottle at me. And you know what the police done? They arrested him. I got out of the car and then they arrested me. When I got charged, I said to the police officer that interviewed me, didn't you get the man that threw at me? And they said, no, we was more concerned with getting you because you was the ones causing trouble. I said, did you not follow him around the square? And the policeman said, I don't know, I can't speak for other people. I said, how many cameras at Paragon Street? And believe me, there's a lot of cameras. The police are watching us right now from their control room. They can see everything. Shut up. They can see everything. They can see everything. They can see everything. So I then said to the police officer, I said, are you now telling me that if I do a demo and somebody throws a bottle at me, sorry, somebody shouts at me, I'm allowed to throw a bottle at them? And they said no. I said, well, why is he allowed then? And he said, I can't speak for other people. And then he said to me, you're a racist. And I said, I'm not a racist. I ain't got a problem with the colour of a man's skin. I never have had. Morris, shut up. I've never had a problem with the colour of a man's skin. It's not about that. I've got a problem with the behaviour of people. The way they're illegally in this country and the way they're behaving in this country. That's what I've got a problem with. And then the copper said to me, he said to me, why are two PCSOs that said that you shouted racist things? So I said to him, as you just said to me, officer, as you just said to me, officer, I can't speak for other people. I've now got 2 charges against me for a 30-second thing where I shouted at demonstrators in the street that were supporting a terrorist organisation. Not just 2 charges, I've got 2 charges of racism against me. I've got one for using words causing alarm and distress for an individual, and I've got one for using words of a racist nature as a public order offence. The maximum sentence for these 2 charges, the maximum sentence for these 2 charges that these police officers are charging me with is 2 years. 2 years in prison. 2 years in prison. That's what I'm looking at. when we got to court,
Here for?
the solicitor said the duties. Leave him alone. Glenn, leave him alone.
I'm not being aggressive to you, am I? I'm just saying what you turned up for.
Just leave him alone. Leave him alone. Don't converse with them.
Go
They're
and
mad.
get them, not us. Do what you should be doing.
Anyway, I've lost my shot now because of you, mate. Anyway, look, you know these couples, we know they don't care about us. We know they're against us. We know they're for everybody that wants to harm us. So just don't converse with them. I'm never going to talk civilly to a couple again, ever. Because I don't trust them. I do not trust them. Anyway, this solicitor, the duty solicitor in court, said to me, if you plead guilty now, you'll get less of a fine. You know what I said to the couple? I said, that's blackmail. And I don't succumb to blackmail. And I don't succumb to intimidation. I'm not guilty and I'm going not guilty. So me and Carl went into the courtroom and we elected to go to jury, to trial. Because that's what they're going to do. I will never plead guilty for something that I haven't done. I've got a mixed race stepson. I've got a brother that's married to an Indian lady. Okay? I've got nephews of mixed race. If I pleaded guilty for being a racist, which is what I am, how could I ever look them people in the face again? I would rather 2 years inside and keep my integrity. That's what I would rather do. But this is what they're trying to do. Amberside police are trying to shut me down. In the same way they're trying to shut Tommy Robinson down, albeit not as a bigger picture. But the difference between me and Tommy Robinson, he's got a lot of national media and a lot of national support, and he's got people all over the country and all over the world to support him. We haven't. And you know what?
Yes, you are.
We don't need it. Because me and Cole, whatever punishment they dish out at us, we're going to take it on the chin.
Yeah.
And we're not going to cry about it. We're not going to whine about it. And if we have to go inside, and when we come out, the first thing I'm going to do is a demo. A demo outside this hotel, if they're still in. That'll be the first thing I do. As soon as I come out of the courtroom or come out of prison, that is what I will do. I will do a demo. Because I ain't going to run. And I ain't going to be scared. And I'm not going to let the police force of this country scare me. They showed us their two-tier policing. The last time we was out was on St George's Day. And we advertised it as a celebration of St George. And we used it as a fundraiser to raise money to send whole veterans to Normandy. We actually raised £1,400 in 2 days. And we sent veterans to Normandy. And we had a load of little lefties come out to oppose us because they hate their own country.
Disgusting.
They hate their own country.
We're all going to drive as fields as you are.
Yeah, don't worry, mate. Right, they hate their own country. Now, at the beginning of our demo, 3 of them lefties jumped up on a plinth behind us. And what they done is, they unfurled an Antifa flag behind us. They're traitors to our country. One of my friends over there, Rob, he was the first man to see it, and he jumped into it and he ripped it out of their hands. And he got arrested. He got arrested and he got removed from the demo. I looked at the police officer, some of them that was there are here now. I looked at the police officer next to me and I said to the police officer, are you not going to move them people? And you know what they said to me? They've got a right to be here as much as you have. 20 minutes later, Louise came along outside the City Hall and she unfurled an Israeli flag in front of them people. And the first thing the cop had done is go up and told her to move. And I've got it on video. And Louise said, I'm not doing anything wrong. And the same copper that had told me 20 minutes earlier they've got a right to be here, to Louise, you're antagonising them. Now, if that's not I don't know what is. These coppers are traitors. They don't like us. They're trying to shut me down. It's never going to happen, lads. It's never going to happen. Because I'm not going anywhere. They're trying to shut us all down. I've got another one. Last December, we went to do a demo down there, Queen Victoria Square. Okay? There was always some of them pro-Palestinians on the plinth, so our plan was to turn our backs to them and stay peaceful, because that's all we ever do. We've never caused any trouble at any of our protests. Never. No one's ever been assaulted. People have only been arrested for telling the truth. Anyway, when we got down here, the police wouldn't let us past the corner of Paradise Street where Barclays Banks is. They wouldn't let us pass it. They formed a line in front of us, and they wouldn't let us pass it. 3 times on that day, I was verbally abused by members of the other protest, the left wing and the pro-Palestinians. Okay? They came over, they verbally abused me. One of them, and I've got it on video as well, one of them said he couldn't care less about children in Israel that had been murdered and slaughtered and raped. He didn't care about them. He only cared about the Palestinians that were getting bombed. Okay? The police heard every word, and they didn't do a thing about it. Anyway, we weren't allowed past that thin blue line from these corrupt police officers, these traitors that sworn allegiance to the country they hate. Anyway, when we had that day at St George's Day and we was on the plinth, the left wing were allowed to walk right outside City Hotel, just a few feet away from us, so that they could abuse us. If that's not two-peer policing, I don't know what is. Why weren't we allowed past Barclays Bank, but they was allowed outside City Hall? That's what we're fighting against. We're fighting against people that hate our country. We're fighting against people that have sold us out. That's what we're fighting against. And we need more people to stand up. We need more people to stand up and do what we're doing. We can't just do it on our own. We need people with us. So if you... Right. The St George's Day one, what I'm talking about, I advertised it, because people was asking me to advertise things. So I advertised it, and we had a good number of people there. But when them left people turned up, I thought to myself, right, next time I'm going to have to try something different. And that's why I've planned this under the radar. This hasn't been advertised. This has only been sent to people I know, people I trust. And this is what happens. I either advertise it, or I keep it under the radar. If I advertise it and get a lot of people out, if I keep it under the radar, numbers are low. I need people to give me a bit of guidance on this. I need some of you lads to tell me, what do you want? Do you want things advertised, or do you want things kept under the radar, like this? What do you think, lads? Tell me.
Out in the open!
Out in the open!
Out in the open!
I've got a split decision on this one. We're going to have to... I'm going to call a meeting very soon before our next one.
I'll go to prison for...
Yeah, but who's going to do it?
Because what we can't do is, we can't give in. We cannot give in. We owe it to our forefathers that fought in the war,
We're giving their win.
and we owe it to our children and their children. What world do we want these kids to grow up in? When people have been allowed into our country, unvetted, illegally, and they'll be allowed to just come out and mix with us. We don't know.
Most of them are sex
they're being able to roam, and we know that people are getting stabbed. We know that women are getting raped. We know that children are getting groomed. We know that there's drug dealers. We know that this country is falling apart at the seams. Right, in 2 weeks' time, a lot of people have given up. You can't give up.
We are giving up. We are giving up.
In 2 weeks' time, you've got a genuine election. And for the very first time, forget the referendum, that wasn't an election. The very first time in my life, I think we've got a candidate that cares about the British people of this country. They've tried to brand him a racist as well. His biggest donor is a Muslim man called Gizi Youssef. Gizi Youssef doesn't think he's a racist. I urge every single one of you to look back over your lifetimes. Look back over all of your governments, all of your prime ministers, all over your life. And if you are not happy with the way this country has been governed, give Nigel Farage and Reform a chance. What can go wrong? What can go wrong? Can this country get even any worse? They're saying we've got a housing crisis. We haven't. We've got a population crisis. They're saying the NHS health service is in crisis. It isn't. It's being overused because of the population. They say the bills are going up, but we're paying $8 million a day to house people in hotels that have never paid nothing into this system. Things have got to stop. Things have got to ease up. We cannot carry on. When I had a friend on Facebook earlier last night and this morning. I won't say his surname, but some of you know him, Scott. You know Scott, don't you? From Norfolk. He's tearing his hair out. He's homeless. He's just lost his house. And he's being told he's not a priority. The immigrants are a priority over him. Why? He's worked every day since he left school of his working life. He's worked, and he's worked hard, and he's had good jobs. Sometimes he's paid 40% tax, but he's not a priority to people that come off a boat. It's a disgrace. It's a national disgrace. And this isn't about colour. This isn't about the colour of a person's skin. I will challenge anybody that dislikes somebody just because they're a different colour to them. The colour of a man's skin doesn't matter to me. I'm no racist. I'm a concerned British patriotic citizen, and I believe in what's right and what's wrong. We've had immigrants come to this country for years and years and years, and we've lived side by side them. We've lived side by side them for years and years and years, and we've never had a problem. We've never had a problem with the West Indians. We've never had a problem with the Sikhs. We've never had a problem with the Chinese, because they come to this country and they assimilate. And I don't mind them respecting their own culture or practicing their own religion. I don't mind that at all. But don't force it on me, and don't try to change my country. Don't try to change what we are about, what our grandparents fought for. I want constructive immigration to this country. I want people that are to come and make this country better. All we hear is from them Labour MPs, them Lib Dems, and that bald-headed prick from the SNP. Is they bring over skilled workmanship, they bring over skilled labour. Look, this man's a plant. They want us to attack him. Ignore him. He's a plant, he's walking up and down, and they want us to say something. Just ignore him. What they want us to, they don't like it because we're not causing trouble. So ignore them little Herberts down there, them traitors. Ignore them traitors. Let's just crack on with our own thing. Okay? I want I don't believe that skilled workers are coming over on these boats. They're not. Parasites and fighting men are coming over on these boats. That's what's happening. I haven't got a problem with people that come here and set up businesses and work. I welcome them. Anyway.
Go and get your teeth in order, mate.
Well, you all got
I'm going to bring a friend of mine up from, he's travelled down from Leeds today, he's a Sunderland lad, so you might struggle to understand the word he says. Dave Sunderland.
Thank you, John. First thing I want to see it, regarding this matter today, the first thing we should blame is the fucking government. The thing is, they've been here for 12 years now. What have they done?
We're getting recorded. Cool. Hi.
Hiya.
Can you go away? No. No, I don't. I mean, it's fine. I look pretty today. No, I don't want the camera on me.
Get off me.
No, I don't want the camera on me. 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 About bye.
Bye. Yeah, bye. No.
You can film in public place.
Thank you. Bye.
Move on, guys.
Bye. Grassing them up. They don't like it, do they, a bit of pushback?
Oh, you're grassing them up. I bet them turned around and said he's just tried smacking him in the face with a fucking bottle, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Ah. I don't know about something going on over there, but I bet he just turned around and said that cunt just tried throwing a bottle in his fucking face. Not that they'd give a shit anyway.
Well, they have to...
We stick to what we believe in. We believe in England. England is our country. And have you noticed lately we class as a second-grade citizen around all the country? We can't do nothing. They can rape, they can pillage, they can bring gangs, they can do what they want. If we step out the line, we get a heavy sentence. They get a smack on the bum. They get away with everything. They get free housing, they get free rent, they get poll tax, they get everything. But top of it all, we've got homeless veterans and everybody else on the streets. They're still on the streets. What is going on to our country? We've got to take note. It's about time more of us here raised up. I am sorry for the younger generation because they're brainwashed. They go to university and the left takes over.
Exactly.
I've been doing this now for 25 years. I've been all over the country and I've done what I'm doing. I'm still English and I'm still proud. And I will voice my opinions wherever I go. Regarding them people over there, our local police, they don't need to be here. There's no need for them to be here. We're having a protest, we're having a peaceful protest, so why all of a sudden category A or B, they're here. You have stupid people coming past like the left. Like the left. What's the left? Let's be honest. Antifa, anybody else. But have you noticed lately that Antifa and everybody else is in decline? Have you noticed that? On demonstrations everywhere you go, they're on decline. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why they're on decline.
Took the job.
Because they can't get funded with the buses anymore. Get funded. You're on about the NHS. The NHS is in decline. Now if Labour gets in, they're on about privatising everything. And the main thing is, if Labour does get it, where you're going to go back in the EU, Mark my words, we will. When we voted to be out the EU, we spent billions and billions of pounds to go out the EU. That's all gone to waste. And another thing I'm going to put on, it might be a soap. Do you know how much money we spend on charities all over the world?
Disgusting amount.
They only get 10p on the pound.
It's a rip-off. But like I say, people, thank you for having me today, and thank you for coming. And I'm a true patriot, and I'll always be with you.
Well done, Jake. Well done. That's probably one of the best speeches I've heard, Jake.
Thanks, Dave. And you know what?
Relaxed, you think in good company.
He only decided 5 minutes ago that he wanted to speak.
Best one I've heard you do, Dave.
What a geezer. What a geezer, eh? Right. My next speaker's turned up. He's been at work this morning.
We don't need...
Top man. He's a local businessman. I won't tell you what business he runs unless he wants me to. But he's a local businessman. Runs his own business, quite a big business. And he's looking at trying to help us to start up some kind of movement.
Yes.
I'm in talks with him. And I'm in talks with Dave and Scott, because we're going to be joining with a Yorkshire movement. Although I'm a Cockney, I don't love London, I love Yorkshire.
Yay!
Mr. Roger Ho.
Hey, Roger!
Good afternoon, nice to see so many people here today. Basically, I've just been given a vote reform leaflet for the general election, and I would advise everybody to vote reform.
Yes.
I spent 2 years canvassing for reform. I was the candidate for Beverley and Holderness, so I was doing really well. And then there's a left-wing movement called Hope Not Hate.
Oh, boo!
Yes. Went through my Facebook postings for the last 10 years and found one that I agreed with Tommy Robinson at exposing Muslim grooming gangs in Rochdale. I was then removed by reform as a candidate, and I'm not going to criticise reform because obviously, you know, they've got to stay squeaky clean. But you know, that was one misdemeanour in my life, and I was.
Tell us about it.
Well, yeah, well, you know all about it.
We all know about it, yeah.
The thing is, the only way to change. The only way we can change things in this country is at the ballot box, unfortunately. At the moment we've got a two-party system, first past the post, which is making it difficult for smaller parties to make an inroad. What we need in this country is proportional representation, so we could end up this year with 50–60% of the population voting against whoever gets in. And I don't believe the polls that Labour are going to have a 400 seat majority, because you know I believe Nigel Farage should actually be the Prime Minister of this country. Whether the reform are going to get a lot of votes, well, sorry, they're going to get a lot of votes, but they're probably not going to get enough seats to form sort of a government or even form a decent opposition. And I can see Conservatives and Reform joining together, which I think personally is a bad thing, because we need some alternative to Labour and Conservative. So with this in mind, in Yorkshire alone, 60 candidates were removed by Reform for misdemeanours very similar to myself, of liking and liking certain things Tommy Robinson put on the Facebook or on Twitter, and one thing and another. So we were decent people. I'm a decent person, but you know, I was castigated for exposing Tommy Robinson exposing Muslim grooming gangs, which I think was abhorrent, where there was young girls being raped as young as 10 years old. So this is how the country's been taken over by the woke left. And you know, I've never ever been an extreme right wing. My mother was a socialist. I voted Labour in my younger years. What I don't see now is a Labour Party that representing the working classes.
Exactly.
So we need a party that the people of this country, there's got to be a party by the people, for the people. It can't be run or organised by the establishment. And this is my worry, that, you know, reform our party establishment. Richard Taser's a multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
I think we need people grounded to form a government, and it ain't going to be this time. But all I do is say to you lot, you know, put your cross against reform this time, because they're the best hope to stop the illegal immigrant through politics rather than anything else. And it's not just happening in the UK; it's happening throughout Europe, probably.